And he gave them size on the wing. To when you're going up against a guy in Jaron Pierre Jr., you can go like size. Now, Boston College having to play really small around the perimeter.
Was the best half of basketball he's been a part of as a coach.
It was an absolutely terrific ball game. Nice pass by Pierre, and Yigitoglu has to be good today. This is a must-win situation for the home team. SMU, putting a strong resume for an NCAA tournament, has to take care of business.
Meanwhile, Kapke knocks down the Butler transfer, shooting 30% from three on the season. Boopie Miller leads the ACC in assists. Pierre to Yigitoglu, who's got all four for SMU.
And at the end of the shot clock, it's such a luxury to have a guy you can just give the ball to.
Fred Payne, the corner three. It's good. He had 4 triples Tuesday in a game against Florida State. One where BC led by 14 midway through the second half before losing by 8 as Boopie Miller.
Jaden Hastings, number 22, is an interesting piece. He was a guy who really improved over the last season. Really athletic at 6'9", 6'10". He's got his hands full today, though.
Taves beats the shot clock and hits the three.
He's a guy who played on the Japanese senior national team last summer. Saw action. He's efficient. Sometimes he tends to hang on to the ball a little too much. Nice pass off a set play for SM. Speaking of another young, talented player, number 10 who made the pass, Jaden Toombs, a freshman, has had some quality moments this year. This is fun.
Forte knocks down the three. BC. Jermaine O'Neal in and out. Yigitoglu keeps it alive. Boopie leads the ACC in assists, and he finds Toombs.
When Jaden Toombs plays well and Jermaine O'Neal is able to help out, it really helps things.
Boston College has no answer for SMU inside. Boopie Miller, before we went to break, picked up his second foul, so he goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Kapke on the inside gives BC the lead.
With him out of the game, I would venture to guess SMU is going to run a little bit more offense in the half court. Not quite as quick with him off the floor.
Washington on the drive.
Of what makes him special as an athlete. How about the tip dunk? Just floating up around the rim.
6 points from the bench. 4 for Toombs, 2 for O'Neal. Steger knocks down the three.
But the Dallas native fired up to be here. Talked to his dad, so many family members. Terrific pass by Edwards.
And Toombs with another 2. He's got 6. Again, no Boopie Miller on the floor. B.J. Edwards can do it all. That has not been scoring as much lately.
And it's off the ball. Talked to him earlier this season on the ACC podcast. This was a guy that, tough shot.
Fred Payne hits. Now Luka Taves from 18. He knocks it down. He's been playing better of late.
And 45% from 3. I mean, this is a guy, like I said, he holds on to it a little too long sometimes, but can really get hot from the perimeter.
Wide open. O'Neal, no. Washington keeps it in bound. He'll shoot his jumpers and his threes with his left hand. He is a natural righty. And you see that when he goes to the rim, but there is the southpaw from the perimeter. BC with a 1-point lead, less than 4 to go in this opening half. Asamoah, a 41% three-point shooter, knocks it down. The ACC, they beat Clemson again today. Florida State is dangerous. B.J. Edwards, no good on the 3, follows his own miss. Edwards, baseline, blocked by Asamoah. It stays with SMU.
I think the big thing, too, is you talk about Luke Laux of Florida State. You and I had their Stanford game, and it was like buy stock now because this team is turning a corner. They're playing quality defense, and he shifted his strategy as far as in-game is concerned to more of the college level. And there's an adjustment process for some of those guys coming back from the NBA. I talked to Andy Enfield about that today. Nice pass, got to finish it. The things that work at the NBA level aren't always conducive to college. You got to tinker with some things. I think Luke Laux is starting to figure that one out. Big win for them at Little John Coliseum in Clemson.
So do you sell the stock now, buy the rumor, sell the news?
That was way too much for me. I just know I'm buying all the Florida State stock I can get my hands on.
Still
How's
buying.
that?
All right, you're still buying.
I'm still buying.
Forte on the drive. Asamoah open for three. He got it, his second triple. And Boston College with a 7-point lead. Remember, this is a quad 3 game for SMU, but Edwards, the answer at the other end. He has been the offense ever since Boopie Miller picked up that second foul.
And we're going to take a look at the last few shots, both for Boston College. This was a tough pass. May or may not have been on purpose, but Asamoah, who is a top 40 recruit out of high school from the Boston area. But if you make a three, you better get back. And Earl Grant is on the floor. The officials are going to take a look at it right now. As long as he doesn't touch one of the players, he can receive a warning. If he touches one of the players, automatic technical foul.
Yeah, it is a coach's box warning on Earl Grant. That last three by Edwards, SMU's first made field goal after 10 straight misses. Edwards has 10, Fred Payne with 11 to lead all scorers. He's got it for BC, now gives it up to Forte. Asamoah's knocked down a couple of threes off the bench. Shaw against Yigitoglu, lost control, lost the ball, out of bounds.
I mean, I would have taken his arms off, but he would have been shooting free throws. There's no charge to be had for Lowell Oglesby.
Yigitoglu, soft touch over Kapke. Payne, Kapke. Forte down the lane, bayonets through the D, but he missed. SMU can tie with a 2. Boopie leading the break. Out to Edwards, sets and hits. Final 10 seconds, opening half. Kapke tipped into the air. Here's Edwards. He's got 13, kicks to Pierre, he beats the buzzer, and he hits.
Shot it about 4 seconds too quick if you're Boston College, but Jaron Pierre not getting up and trying to create steals per se, just switching up the rhythm of this ball game and making Boston College think on the offensive end of the floor.
Fred Payne, 11 in the first half, knocks down the 3.
You're willing to live with some of those tough shots.
Pierre, Yigitoglu, great position, height advantage, and he uses it. Mark that down, 16-29. SMU up 6, Miller to the bench. Kapke, that ball dead-ended after it hit the glass. Big cheering section with friends, family, his high school. Pierre, Yigitoglu, over Hastings, a dozen for Samet Yigitoglu. And BC coming apart. This has been a season-long theme for BC. They've been in a lot of games, and then there's a stretch where it all goes away as O'Neal hits. The Mustangs lead by 12.
Cousinard has called me about 3 guys. I took all 3, and all of them are tough as nails good. Speaking of tough as nails good, Jaron Pierre over the last 5 or 6 possessions has been noticeably more aggressive.
Right back to the 10. He's got 13, the lead in Conference USA last year at Jacksonville State. Well-traveled, 4 schools in 6 years. As that one falls from the outside for BC, they need it. Toombs. 8 minutes off the bench. Great offense. It starts with Miller. He's the guy you want to deny the ball to. He's the guy that gets them going in transition. He takes the big shots at the end of games as O'Neal knocks down the jump. Continue to be productive. It gives Andy Enfield more weapons for the stretch run. Asamoah knocked down a couple of threes in the first half. O'Neal posting up. Asamoah, that's Washington, excuse me. The lob down low for Kapke.
How about Boston College giving SMU a taste of their own medicine? Up and down we go.
SMU will take it. They want to play.
Transfer comes over. Fred Payne, throw it up to my man.
To go look up how much better is SMU on offense when they reverse the ball at least once. And they found that their shooting percentage went from sub 40 to into the 50s. It was a significant bump as Asamoah throws down a hammer.
And then you get the defense playing catch-up, so they'll over-rotate, and you're able to find easier shots.
There you go, another ball reversal. And Jermaine O'Neal Jr on cue with the He's got 11, 7 in the second half. He and Toombs have combined for 19 off the bench. Make it 22, 3 more. And they are amongst the worst in Division I, 59% from the line in conference games.
Uh-oh.
To Loud, Miller, to Yigitoglu. Mustang Sally's running.
No longer here.
No longer here.
Meanwhile, SMU just had a handful of donors donate $50 million. So we recognize that at halftime.
Payne, no good. Toombs, the rebound, taken away. Hastings, the follow of the other one. Former owner of the Texas Rangers as well. A big game tonight in the nation's capital, Michigan and Duke. Part of a weekend where the 4 teams on Joe Lunardi's one line all play each other. Arizona, Houston. And Ishroff, Terrence Oglesby, Steger on the drive, and 2 for the Dallas. She is driving back, and you are flying back.
She had been there for about 10 days. She had been there for 10 days. I offered to fly her down inside the free throw line on the other side.
And it's man-to-man, not zone.
It's man-to-man, it's not zone. And then she has to run the cow up the sideline, turn it back. They play a certain style, a little bit like SMU, up-tempo, high-octane, a lot of threes.
Pierre knocks down the 3. Chance Pierre.
Really solid performance by SMU, especially on the defensive end of the floor in the second half with that zone.
They outscored BC 54-34 in the second half. SMU shoots 56% from the field.